Welcome to Sefeo podcast. I'm Zelki Yusuf as the host for tonight, and actually right now I'm with my very good friend. He is Olive. We have been friends in 2012, and right, Olive?
Yeah, 2012, I guess.
So we are here going to talk about nervousness, how you control your nervousness. Well, anyway, how are you, Olive?
I'm good, thanks. How about you?
Yeah, so am I. Thank you. What about you? What about your job? Are you already on holiday now?
Yeah, I'm actually on my holiday right now.
Wow, that's really good. Having holiday. Well, Olive, let's talk about feeling anxious. But here, actually, I would like to ask you like several questions. But before we go to the question about answers, I want to ask you first like different question. It's about the action that will you take when you are losing the argument. Well, for example, if you are in a situation like this one, okay, you are losing the argument with someone. What will you do? Do you have anything that you will do, like taking the action about what will you do if you are losing the argument?
Well, I actually a typical of person who really try to avoid the argument with someone. But if I have to argue with them, then I obviously would listen to them first about their argument. And I don't think that like giving the argument is right or wrong or winning or losing. But if it's stated as the losing argument, then I will just not doing anything because people have their own faith and belief about their argument, right? So if they think that their argument is right, then I will be fine because I will have my own argument because I'm working for a service company and I argue a lot with the passengers. So I think it doesn't matter for me if I lose the argument from the passengers because they have their point of view and I have my point of view as an employee in the company, and I have the rules of the company that I need to obey, and sometimes the passengers didn't know the regulation that applies at the moment. So yeah, they have their point of view and I have my point of view. So maybe they think that I'm losing, but I don't mind with that.
Oh, that's cool. Why do we have to think about it? Even they are losing or not, it doesn't matter at all, right? Well, that's right. That's correct. Well, okay. So, all right. For example, when you are, all right. If you are in this situation, for example, if you have something to say, it could be like in a group meeting or something, and then you have something to say, you need to speak up. So, are you kind of confident enough to speak up your own work?
It depends. If I have the data and I think that my data is correct or maybe my argument is correct, then I would definitely stand up for myself or also for other people if I have to. But if my resource of data is lack and I don't have a lot of data, or maybe I don't know the truth about anything, then I need to observe first what is actually happened at that time, and I need to observe more about that one.
Some people sometimes they are not really confident enough to convey or to state their own opinion about something. In your opinion, what makes them nervous or not confident to state out their opinion about something?
In my opinion, I guess it's because of their mentality. In Indonesia, when we are trying to deliver our comment or our opinion in public, then some people tend to, like mocking you if you have a different way of thinking with the majority of the people. So, for example, like if you're in university or maybe if you're in the school and then you have some question and that question is delivered to the lecturer because you really don't know the topic maybe, but the lecturer said something that maybe make you down, and the class agree that you're just a stupid person who asks something again and again and again and again, then it makes you feel like you have a trauma, so you don't want to deliver that kind of opinion in front of the public again because you're afraid of being insulted by the majority. I guess that is only one of the factor, but the second one is also because maybe the person who did not want to speak up their mind is because they're lazy sometimes, because they don't want to go on a debate and they just want to avoid the debate, although they know that what is on their mind is actually right. But sometimes people just want to keep them safe and do nothing.
Wow, yeah, I see. Some of them sometimes they are not confident enough to state out their opinion because of being judged. So they are worried aloud. So, what would you suggest if you, for example, like if you have any friend or who are being so nervous about stating out his or her opinion about something? Do you have any advice to her or him?
Well, I actually also faced that kind of problem myself, and until now, I think it's not that easy for me to overcome that problem. So whenever I am in the group of discussion and I want to deliver some opinion, I was always thinking that what if my opinion is just too common? What if my opinion is not accepted by the majority of the people? And that makes me feel afraid. But then once people are trying to ask about something or maybe speak up their mind, then I would like to try to encourage myself that I don't care with what people think. So I just have to speak up what is on my mind. If it's accepted by the people around us, then it would be fine. If it's not, that would be okay. I guess because everyone will judge no matter whatever you do, right? If you're doing A, then people will judge you. If you're doing B, then people will still judge you. So there is no point of being afraid of people who judge you for your opinion.
By the way, bro Olive, I think that you need to get closer to because now your voice doesn't sound really clear anymore.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Okay, now it's getting better.
Yeah.
All right, so Olive, yeah. So it's good, yeah. Because it's like sometimes we are afraid. What if the majority they don't accept our opinion, something like that? But do you have any idea why some people they are so confident, to state out their opinion? Is that because of their experience or probably their environments or do you think so? Like, for example, do you have any friend, right? For example, they are really confident enough to state up their opinion about something.
Yeah.
So, in your opinion, what created them? Someone is being so confident and someone is not. Do you have any idea about that? What created them that way?
In my opinion, I guess it is something to do with the psychological things. Being afraid of judged by the others is also one of the reason someone is not brave enough to deliver their opinion, and their mentality too, and also the environment too. I guess it is really it is really impacting the people who want to share their minds, because we can see the difference. Like in Indonesia, if we are trying to give our opinion about something, some people will just some people who disagree they will just mock them like ooh or something like that. But like in other countries, we can see that even a little boy, they can have their opinion to their parents because they're not being limited by their parents. But in Indonesia, I guess we were being limited by the judge of the people around us, and we're too afraid of not having friends after we're delivering our opinions. Yeah, that's my opinion.
Wow, that's really nice. Okay, Bro Alif, this is still related to being nervous, What can you do to improve the situation that make you feel so nervous? I mean, when you are feeling so nervous, and then how you control the situation. Do you have any, Bro Alif?
Yeah. So whenever I am going to do some presentation and I felt nervous, all I have to do is just I move my right or my left hand as if I explain something. I guess it will transfer your nervousness to your other activity, because if you just don't move and then you just don't, like having your hand gesture, then you will probably speak like like you are losing your ideas in front of people. But yeah, if you're trying to move your hands and also maybe moving some pens on your hand, then it will make yourself better.
Mhm. Oh, I see. So, talking about it works, when you apply for the new job right now, you will get like interview, right? And also, talking about that, for example, when you get a new job, how do you adapt with the new situation? With
You
the
mean
new,
like the situation
yeah, the situation,
in a workplace?
yeah, in the workplace, in like a new place, okay, new place for you.
Well, I usually just try to see the situation first, because I am like a passive person. I'm more like a passive person. So whenever no one asking me about something, then I would just keep quiet, because I don't really like to mind someone else's business. But then as time goes by, of course, we will know each other, right? So I usually offer them some kind of coffee or tea or something like that to start the conversation. And because now I work in a company that always mobile like every single day, and I rarely meet with my coworkers, and I just meet with coworker inside of the train. So yeah, I just get along with them because we're traveling together, right? So it's pretty easy for me to get along with them, because we're just feeling the same feeling, like we're in the same boat. So we have to travel from one city to another city together. So I think it's pretty easy for us to communicate each other, to coordinate with the role in our job, especially when we're doing the trip in the train. So it's not that difficult. But before, when I was working in the office, it's pretty hard for me to like blending with the people there, because we are multicultural, and some of them are saying something that is not really acceptable for Japanese, because I'm Japanese. Some of them were saying something bad in front of me, and I feel like, oh, okay. And Japanese are known as the person who are gentle and like have the attitude and something like that. And I know that they actually have the attitude, but then they just do that faster. So I felt like shock culture in Jakarta when I was working in Jakarta for the first time. I felt like, oh my god, it was overwhelming for me at that time. But after 3 months, I can get along with them, because the culture is definitely changing, and I have to just follow the culture. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, of course, it's related to the culture itself. So, Alif, talking about people, do you have any certain people that you don't feel comfortable to be with or to be surrounded? Do you have any? And then, if you have, and then, I mean, do you have any people that you feel that you are so comfortable being surrounded?
Yeah, because I basically an introvert person, so I don't really like to get along with a lot of people much. I prefer having 1 or 2 friends who are reliable enough for me. So I have some kind of people who are a little bit annoying in our company, and that's because they don't really have attitude, and they don't know the basic thing about like for example, like if you are trying to ask for help, at least you have to, like ask for help nicely. But instead of doing that, they're trying to intimidate you if they want some help. I mean, like, you can just say that nicely. You don't have to intimidate the people if you want to ask for some help, right? And yeah, the way I overcome it is just like, I always think that I work for 80-20%. So 80% I go home and 20% in the office. So I was not thinking too much if someone is making me uncomfortable with the condition, because I was like, okay, I'm just going to stay here for like 20% of my time. So whenever I work, then I will just go home as soon as possible. And when I meet them in the office, then I'll just do the regular conversation. And if it makes me feel uncomfortable, then I just leave. I think that's the simplest thing, because I still have some of good friends around me and they understand me better. And I think they support each other. And even if they want to ask for some help, then they will do that in a good manner.
Wow, that's really good, bro. So it means that you only do your own work, right? For example, when you go to the job, you only finish your job, and then if it is not really something, you don't feel comfortable to be surrounded by those people, why do you have to waste your time for them, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Wow, that's cool. So Alif, for example, at work, when you state out your opinion about something, but there is someone who judge for the thing that you said. So how do you handle the situation?
Well, I actually, it's just, like 90%, I don't care with that, because I don't have any kind of suggestion to this kind of issue, because mostly I just don't care, because the more I care, the more I feel uncomfortable. So yeah, if someone do that to me and makes me feel uncomfortable, then I just leave, and I just don't care with that. I mean, like, you have your own life and I have my own life. As long as I don't disturb you, then it's going to be fine for me, and that's enough. It doesn't mean that I don't want to socialize with people. It just means that I want to pick the friends. I mean, like, I still socialize with them, but only, like the what is that, like the walk the talk. I mean, like, like when you are just when you meet them, then you just say hi, and then if you are meeting with your good friend, then you will talk a lot about anything. Yeah, so I will just don't care with that situation, I guess.
So it means that the best advice is not to care what people think about you. People have their own right to say, and then you also have your own right to take care or not, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Oh wow, that's really nice. Okay,
Yusuf, you made me confused with the question.
Why?
I guess this is really personal, and I feel like I just tell the story of my work life, and oh my god, this is really dangerous if my friend knows about this one.
No, don't worry. It's fine. You have to be brave enough. This is actually how do we challenge ourselves. Of course, there are so many people who like us, but some of them they don't like us, right? So yeah, I think that it is fine, and then we don't need to care about that. So Alif, actually, I really want to talk a lot, but because my surrounding right now doesn't support it, because it's really crowded here and a lot of kids playing, but I will edit it. I will add up some word of mine later because I could still edit it, So, but actually for tonight it should be Galu. I don't even have any preparation for the question for tonight.
Me too. Oh my god, I don't even have any preparation for the question, and this is really personal. So I was thinking that you can edit it.
But you did well, bro. You did it really good. Your answer is really good. Even that this is kind of science topics that we brought here, but you did it well. Even though that I don't even have any question prepared here, but I just let it,
Yeah, it really shocked me.
So by the way, do you know Alan? Don't worry, I'm
Yeah.
not going to record this one. I will edit it because
Yeah,
right
yeah,
now
yeah. Sure.
because I will edit it later because our podcast already done. So you know, Alan, maybe for the next time you can also try to do podcast with Alan. Alan is also good. Being the podcast doesn't mean that the host will ask you the question. You can also like sharing each other, right? You can ask the question too. It's like it's like casual talk, you know.
Mhm.
But
I think you can put me on the beginner one, not the one by one like this. I don't talk too much.
No, because this one actually is podcast, so it's quite different than the group call. Because in the group call, you know, on the group call we talk in a group of people, right? But here we only talk like to one person or to two person only. So this is actually kind of our new program.
Yeah, and I will show you that my English is really bad.
Your
because I
English
didn't
is really good, bro. Your English, even
didn't
that
practice a lot.
right now, I want to put you. I mean, today I would like to put you with Alan, but Alan said that I'm not confident enough. My English is real bad. You know, Alif, he's
Oh my
really
God.
good. Or Alif is really good.
No way, he's better than me.
Even the Galus not confident to talk to you.
You know what? This day he was WhatsApping me and asked me about what is the topic we're talking about, and actually we want to talk about text, right? But then I was saying that text is really heavy, bro. I mean, like I don't even know some of the English of the special English for taxation. I said, and he said that even in Bahasa Indonesia we sometimes confused with the topic, right? And then I said that how about the social media? I mean, the social media, like the impact or something like that. Well, it is general, but we can just prepare that for something simpler because it is not that complex, and we also experience the social media using in our mobile phone and everything, so we can just tell our stories. And he said okay, that's fine, and he's already making some question to me.
Oh, really?
And I was like okay, so it's 7:55 and then it's around 5 minutes to go. And when you inform me that Gal is not confident enough, I was like, what the oh my god. So
but sometimes it's also normal happen to someone, you know, when they want to do something and then they are not ready.
yeah.
So that's really nice. Alif, do you have anything else to say?
No, I hope the best of luck for you.
Wow, thank you so much, Alif. So Alif, thank you so much for your time tonight. It's really nice to have you here. And then I would like to see you all over again on the next podcast. So that's really nice to have you. Okay. So thank you, Alif. See you on the next podcast. And good night. Bye.